Don't go shooting all the dogs, cause one of them got fleas. Don't just listen to these songs and think that you got grease. They just lyrics, I be venting to this mic, it's therapy. You could leave, but them other guys is whack, they not me. Godspeed, sweetie, living out my dreams. I don't need a genie. Pops did Madonna shows, music in my blood, it was destined for me. Way before I even fucking seen a CD. Cross the wrong line, you gon' need a treaty. Peace is a lie, there is only passion. And through passion I get stronger. Long days working on getting better, but they only get longer. Getting there is half the battle, staying there is much harder. I've been flying out to islands so remote we must charter. Been a pro for 10 years, trying to go another 10. Going hard like Vince Carter. Leave something for my son and my daughter in case of my departure.
You know that I'll always try to get it right. I'm working hard to leave a legacy behind. Yeah, you know that I'll always fight for what is mine. I'm working hard to leave a legacy behind.
Yeah. Leave it for my little ones, my real ones. For people trying to feel some. For all the bridges burned along the way and how we still run and still swim. Even though we underwater, never hit the kill switch and overcome like everything we deal with. I still feel there's more for me to do until I call it quits.
One step at a time, and this is working out great. Last weekend, I had a chance to go through my previous videos that I uploaded on YouTube, genuinely being shocked that I managed to upload 4 videos a week, knowing how many hours I must have been sitting in front of my laptop. Well, at least for 2 weeks. I think I overestimated the amount of effort needed for this path and eventually got devastated by my own pressure and expectations. This time, I'm doing it the smarter way. University-wise, there isn't that much going on this time of the year, so I definitely have some time space between my schedules to try out a bunch of new things. And yet, I promised myself not to be fucking delusional and upload as many videos as possible. I said it enough in my previous videos. Life is not about a sprint, but a marathon. I will let you know if anything stands in the way and restricts me of doing so, but I will most probably upload 2 videos a week, one on Wednesday and one on Sunday, just like I did last week.
Cause one of them got fleas. Don't just listen to these songs and think that you got grease. They just lyrics, I be venting to this mic, it's therapy. You could leave, but the mother got...
Speaking of which, the comments I receive from all of you, I literally don't have any other words in my head left to show how much I appreciate them. I always thought people thanking the others for support and help are just reading down the script written down in front of them, just so that they could pretend as if they give a fuck. Just to look like a nice guy, you know? But my last days have been a blessing to me. To get messages from some old friends and lifters supporting my journey for the second time, it's something very special and unique, which makes me feel that I want to give at least something back to my audience that could better their day or state of mind somehow. I have a good feeling about this.
Working hard to leave a legacy behind. Yeah, you know that
Another rule that I wrote down on my whiteboard is that I started to actively write down scripts. Watching the old videos on my channel, I realized that I didn't really have a clue about the sequence of my thoughts, and somehow threw them all into a bowl to mix and served in my videos. This wasn't necessarily bad, since I had this process of editing and combining my stories into a whole book prior to the upload, which led to a massive amount of time getting lost in the process of filmmaking. I think I approximately required 8 to 10 hours for a single video, and even so I wasn't satisfied with the results. Now I want to do better. I started scribbling down my thoughts and messages I want to add into my video whenever I have the time and idea for it, which makes the plot much more structured. I would highly recommend you guys to stop by and watch my older videos as well. It was quite nice to see that there is always room for improvement, for me at least. And I am glad that I'm learning so much on the way. Briefly about the training, me and my coach found out that a long block with a short deload term in between works pretty well for me. The block before, my heaviest top sets for each exercise were squat 210 times 4, bench 137.5 times 4, and deadlift 210 times 4.
It's real, you know it's gonna come back. This that season, but there's no comeback.
This block, we are going for a heavy single or doubles. I won't probably talk a lot about the training and numbers during my videos from now on, but let you know with the subtitles what is going on. Still, if you have any questions or so, training-wise, feel free to comment below, and I will gladly make a video about the exercises and my experiences. But for now, I will stick to my thoughts and philosophies that I want to share with you guys.
I used to confide in, thought they was riding, but it was feelings they was hiding. You tried it, now I'm thinking wow, cause I thought that you was.
Being a young kid, I always envied the adults. They could drive cars, come home late at night, talked about their lovers and girlfriends, and had a lot of money. I somehow always fantasized and dreamt of being one as soon as possible. I wanted to travel the world, make decisions of my own will, giving the younger ones lame life lessons that everything will be in a perfect state the second you turn out to be a grown-up. Well, little did I know that being an adult isn't just about living in a biologically older body. It's just way more than that. I have been scratching the surface for a very long time. I have come to this realization that adults get to be adults just one time in life, which means they are just as lost as us, kids, in their lives, getting struck by waves in the face, one after another. I've met people much older than I am, who were mentally even more immature than I was back then, being 17. But I also met kids on the way in their youth, who blinked through a lot of variables in their lives, just waiting to be older. Life is just a series of surprises, perspectives and philosophies that I had. Being a kid just proves me so many times that you can come to a conclusion based on the amount of knowledge and experiences you have in life, mostly leading to a wrong assumption, or at least a premature one.
I believe in you. My mama used to say, "Your daddy, I could see in you. You a man now on your own, and I ain't seeing you. Just know I'm stacking up this dough so I could be."
I really like the feeling to prove myself wrong. Life would be so boring if you knew everything already. Just letting time slip by my fingers, knowing there isn't room for improvement. Toby from the gym told me once that he loves the fact that his benching technique is far from being perfect, which means he has a lot to learn yet, being one of the most successful and experienced lifters at our club. Apart from sports, I'm talking about a man who already has his doctorate degree, who has at least 15 years of life experience, more than I do. I think there are different phases of being an adult. The so-called old enough adults, in their 20s, just like I am, thinking there isn't that much in life to experience left, which is the early phase of being an adult. Then, there are the real adults, who comprehended there is so much more in life to watch and learn, and that an individual such as us are far from being wise and all-knowing. These types of adults will try to lead the younger ones in a certain way in order to spare them the amount of time they will need to come to this realization that they have encountered through the hard way. And then there are the real adults who went through all of these shits and phases in life, who knows that you will never be able to lead them youngsters that way, since you will never get to the point without these trials and failures. My parents, especially my mom, proves my point. She used to be the second type of adult who tried to give me a guideline in life so that I don't have to make the same mistakes in life that she did, because she cared. And I'll see that it was love, not sympathy. Now, she is the third type of adult that I mentioned because she knows how it is to be in the first phase of an adult. And the best way to grow up is to go through your problems yourself, by taking the bull by the horns. She respects me and supports the decisions I make, which I really appreciate, and I feel like we are both growing up together. Being an adult doesn't mean you know everything. In fact, being an adult actually means to accept you know nothing. Humans make mistakes and fall deep down into swamps. We just gotta learn how to laugh the hell out of it and say, well shit, that was stupid. And after every single fall, we are growing up, little by little, being an adult.